Welcome to episode number 3. So, in today's episode, we are going to deep dive into the different ways in how to pronounce the vowel A. And the vowel A in English, especially in English, has 6 different sounds. I know this might sound really hard to understand at the beginning, but believe me, with practice and perseverance, we can achieve great things. So, in the first one, we have A. This is a short A sound, as in cat. In the second one, we have A, as in father. This is a longer version of the vowel A. Then we have in the number 3, O. When the vowel A makes the O sound in the word war. Then we have A as in face. Then as in alone. Then we have air as in there. I know there are too many sounds to discuss on this topic, but I need to tell you something. So, if this is the first time you are hearing to me or listening to me in this episode, I want to greet you and tell you, hey, welcome to English with Limonada, and I am the creator of this amazing channel where you will find a bunch of useful resources, especially for Spanish speakers who wants to master the English language. I know I am not a native speaker, so this is my second language, but I have mastered it to a point where I feel like really comfortable. So, and I have decided to create English with Limonada, and this is one of the main reasons, because I want to share the knowledge to other people, what I have learned in these 5 years. So, I need to mention you something else. I just discovered an AI tool that makes like an audiophile podcast. If you upload like anything, it will make like a podcast of it. So it's just like a bit disclaimer, because nowadays you need to take care about everything that you want to upload, especially if you want to monetize or something like that. I want to clarify that this next audio that we are going to be playing in this episode, it's not a human voice, it's an AI. So let's not take any further time. Let the battle begin.
Welcome to today's exploration into the source material, where we're diving deep into the VOWEL A masterclass. I'm your host, and I'm joined by our resident phonetics expert.
Hey there. Yeah, I'm thrilled to be here. We are, going on a bit of a quest today.
We really are. I mean, if you've ever felt like English spelling is just playing a prank on you, well, you're definitely not alone.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because we're looking at how this single letter, the letter A, wears like half a dozen different masks depending on the word.
Exactly. So our mission today is to decode those masks. We're breaking down the source materials level system, moving from the really basic sharp sounds all the way to the final boss of English phonetics.
Yeah. And it's a necessary journey, honestly. The letter A is just the ultimate linguistic shapeshifter. Its identity isn't fixed at all.
It changes based on its neighborhood, right?
Right. The letters surrounding it and, the stress we put on the syllable. If you want to speak clearly, you have to stop seeing the letter and start feeling the mechanics of your mouth.
Okay, so let's start with level 1, that sharp sound the sources talk about, the ah sound.
Right, in words like cat or trap or bag.
Yeah, to me it feels very, I don't know, like a coiled spring.
A coiled spring is a great analogy. It's tight, it's high energy.
And very forward in the mouth, right? Like it snaps at you.
Exactly. Your tongue is pushed forward, maybe even touching your upper back teeth. It's bright because the space is restricted. But then look what happens when you shift to level 2, the open A.
Oh, like in calm or father?
Yeah.
Or taco?
Yes, taco is the mastery word there. When you say taco, that spring just completely snaps.
Everything drops. The jaw just
Yeah.
drops.
Literally, if you aren't dropping your jaw, you aren't doing the open A right.
Yeah.
The tongue pulls back and stays low.
So it's relaxed.
It's the most relaxed the vowel gets.
Yeah.
You're creating the maximum amount of space in your throat. And, this is where people trip up. They try to force it with their throat instead of just letting the jaw do the work.
Okay, so we've got the spring and the jaw drop. But then the source material moves to level 3, where things get broad.
Yes, the broad A. Words like walk, halt, vault.
Right, and the A suddenly sounds it sounds heavy. Why is that?
Well, it's all about modification. When an A is followed by an L or a W, those letters act like a physical anchor.
A physical anchor.
Yeah. To prepare for that L sound, your tongue starts arching back toward your throat earlier. It narrows the airway so you get that rounded, darker sound.
Wow, so it's like the mouth is just multitasking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's pulling the A into its orbit. Now, level 4 is what the sources call the power-up.
The long A, like in cake, flame, or cave, where it actually sounds like the letter's name.
Right. And most of us were taught about the silent E rule here.
Yeah, the silent E at the end is the trigger. But I've always wondered, is the E really doing anything, or is the A just naturally louder in those words?
It's actually not about volume at all.
Really?
Yeah, it just feels louder because the sound is longer. Think of it as a slide. The long A is actually a diphthong.
Wait, a diphthong? Like you're moving between sounds?
Yes, you start with one vowel sound and literally slide into another. That silent E is just a historical visual cue.
Saying like, hey, don't stay on one note, just slide. So the E is a signpost, not a battery. That's fascinating.
It is. Which brings us to level 5, the R influence.
Oh, right. Words like dare, rare, square. The R feels like a gravitational well to me.
It really does. In phonetics, we say the R colors the vowel.
It doesn't just modify it, though. It feels like it just swallows the A whole.
Because the R is so physically dominant, the vowel has to distort just to get out of the way, and they merge into this single blurry unit.
Which sets us up for the final boss, level 6.
The schwa.
The schwa. The sound in about sofa or the middle of family. I mean, it sounds nothing like an A.
No, it doesn't at all.
It sounds like a grunt, like the letter just gave up entirely.
Well, the schwa is the king of English because it's the sound of efficiency. It only spawns in unstressed syllables.
Like the A in about because the stress is on the bout part.
Precisely. The A gets zero energy. It's the lazy vowel. Quick, neutral, and requires almost no movement of the tongue or jaw.
Hiding in plain sight. So we've gone from the really high tension cat to the total relaxation of alone.
Yep. It's all about the neighborhood the letter is standing in. Once you see the stress and the neighbors, the chaos of English starts to look like a real system.
It really does. But, it makes you wonder about the bigger picture here.
How so?
Well, if the schwa, this totally lazy sound, is the most common sound in our language, is English naturally evolving to require the least amount of effort possible?
Oh, wow. That's a profound thought.
Right. Like, are we eventually going to stop moving our jaws entirely and just communicate in one long, efficient sigh? It's definitely something for our listeners to mull over next time they say they are about to sit on the sofa.
A very efficient sofa.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us for this exploration today.
Wait a moment. And remember, you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be an expert to being able to communicate in English. See you in the next episode of English with Limonada.